Hey folks, so here I am back already. I'm going to attempt to answer thread number two. I really do like the questions, and I decided to just slow down for a second and give it some thought and just answer the best I can at this moment because I don't know about you, but my answers change, I think, depending on when I'm asked a question. So the first question is there an album that gives you goosebumps when you listen to it? What kind of connection do you have to this album? And I have to bring up two, okay? Um, I hope I'm not the only one that does this. Um, One that I've mentioned already before is Genesis Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. But before that, I'll get to this one. This album indeed gives me goosebumps. Sorrow in My Dreams, in particular, is one that can choke me up. Honestly, it's not so much what these guys are saying because I do not understand half the words. It's the sound of the voice in relation to the melodies and the moodiness of this music. There's a heartbreaking melancholy that is throughout this album, particularly Sorrow in My Dreams, I believe is the correct song title. It's just one of my favorite songs, and even talking about it, kind of get a little bit of a chill. I have tried to say it before in one or two of my videos. I am one of the type of listeners who is not focused on the words. I'll get your message through your music and the sound of your voice. I mean, obviously the words, if you're on hit with your words, it's going to be just that much more powerful. But I'm the sort of person that's drawn by sound, and the sound of this record gives me goosebumps pretty consistently. Genesis Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I'm going to grab it quick because I can always find it. Genesis is just so obvious over here. When this record came out, 1975, I think it was, 76. This was a very, very intense period of time in my life. And this was the soundtrack to some monumental changes in my life and some monumental experiences, things that have had permanent and indelible impressions on who I am to this day. This album can get tired. It's like I've played it so much that I can indeed not be in the mood for it, or just be. There are literally times when it would be an annoyance to hear it, but without telling too many stories, or without telling any, because at this point it's just very, very personal. But this was the soundtrack to my life for probably a year at least, and I learned a lot about life and about myself. It continues, but this album was like a key that unlocked several things. Chamber of 32 Doors kind of talks about it. I've mentioned it before. So that's my answer to number one. Number two, what is your current music obsession? My current music obsession is the same one it's always been, which is prog and psychedelia. And I'm not wanting to spend a lot of money right now, so I continue to try and find things reasonable. For me, reasonable is $20-25. That's, if I can find things like that, going up in that area, that's cool. Depending on the time of the year and my pocket and where I'm at, I'll spend more. Especially if I can walk away with it. I really dislike ordering, but I do order online. I like to crate dig, and I like to find things. I like to discover things. Like I'll tell you what, if I had been Nathan, who recently found Affinity, that would have been a major, major find for me. Like the Sun Ra, Heliocentric Worlds of recently, that one was actually, you know, the record store owner was holding it, and when he showed it to me, my eyes about popped out of my head, you know. So for me, psychedelia and prog and krautrock, they all kind of blend together for me. It's really kind of all part of the same thread, the way that I experience that music. Obviously, it all doesn't sound the same, and there's different courses of events that led to them, but I hear it all really the same. I really do. And so that continues to be my main obsession. Show us some of your best thrift store flea market finds. And the thing is, I just took a look and thought to myself, I'll just do it like this. This was one that I found that was wonderful. A Gentle Giant, The Missing Piece 8-track. It still plays. I have a couple of 8-track players, plus an 8-track recorder that still records. This baby has not separated yet. I'm probably not going to be playing it anymore, and it still has the price on it. 27 cents. Why 27 cents? Why not a quarter? Isn't that bizarre about thrift stores? Sometimes you'll find clothes and things, and it'll be, 32 cents, $1.41. What? It's always gotten to me. So that's one of my favorites that I can think of right now. I tried to think of some that I could pull, and nothing's coming to mind right quick. What record in your collection are you most proud of? And that one again changes. Records that I've been very, very proud of happening are the Faust albums, and it's sentimental as well as being about the music. But my first Faust albums, my Faust collection is just real important to me. I can't completely put it into words, except Faust is one of those bands that when I first heard them, it was like my jaw dropped and the sky opened. It was like I was so ready for this music. So I'm really quite proud. This is a reissue of the Faust and the Faust so far. I'm very proud to even have these, but I'm super proud of this because this is an original. Now it's on Polydor, so I don't know if there was a first and second pressing of this album or a third, but I know it is a Polydor. I got this given to me as a teenager, and like an idiot, I did literally get rid of the books, the pictures. So I have the pictures in the reissue. I can't explain. I was such a crazy kid. I'm trying to see if you can catch, because the writing is actually, it's not black. It actually says Polydor, Faust so far. And so this is an original German copy. Whether it's a second, third pressing, I don't know, but this is one that I'm extremely proud of. My Faust collection, it just, again, more mind-blowing experiences had listening to this band, Faust. So I'll just go through these right quick. I showed Faust tapes. This is an original. Yeah, I got this when it first came out. Yeah. Faust 4, where the term krautrock was first probably coined from, them poking fun at themselves. Munich, Return of a Legend, Munich and Elsewhere. This is nice. I've seen it on white vinyl. Mine is not. Mine's black vinyl. What else do I have? Faust. This is actually good. Faust. Faust Patchwork. I'm just showing them since we got going about what am I most proud of. It's my Faust collection, probably. Faust, Free Speech, maybe? Faust versus Dalek. This is killer. And a few years ago when I was at South by Southwest, got to see Dalek perform live. It just blew my mind. And then Faust. C'est compliqué. Compliqué. Bought this in Germany. It was fun. I had to buy a Faust record while in Germany. And so I guess combined the Faust, those are reasons why I'm so proud of it, you know. Just, I can't completely get into words just how important Faust is to me. Recommend one record people should give a listen to. Honestly, the answer to that is going to be my record. Derek 2. It's readily available on Amazon. You can get it for a couple of bucks. Now, I'm not saying this out of a sense of salesmanship. I'm saying this, you know, honestly. What's a record I think people should give a listen? I think people should give a listen to me. You know, if you come in contact with me, you know, I'm a musician like all these other people. It's, you know, I'm not on a pro level like some of these guys, but the music that I make as well as what I listen to means a lot. And I do want people to hear it, even though I'm not much of a businessman, salesman. But that's the recommendation I'll give, is my album Derek number 2 or number 3. Number 2 is the easiest one to come in contact with because I made the most copies of that there. I believe I made 1,000 copies of that, and it's out there. It says number 5, give an advice, ask a question. I think that the one thing that I would share or ask of, or the thing that I continue to try to do and therefore be an example of, is to not be afraid to look deeply and honestly at the whole self. And I say that because we live in a society that has so much denial. Denial is such a part of American culture. Artifice, getting the picture to look right, wanting people to see you in a certain way as opposed to being what that really is just always been the American way. And I say that we're so much better than that, and that I don't know what people are so afraid of as far as being more honest with the self and being more willing to share that with others. I am aware that I probably take risks in some of the things I say here, being so open with complete strangers. I know that there are people out there who quite sanely or quite methodically could decide to you know, do some things, you know, for whatever reason. But that's not a deterrent, because I understand that's just part of how life is. You know, you have the spectrum of people. You have wonderful, compassionate, loving people, all the way to people who are very methodical and cold-blooded and can be seemingly very nice people, but it's like they have these agendas, and they'll do whatever it is to. And I say these things, you know, probably out of a certain amount of experience being working in the field of mental health and dealing with all kinds of people and personalities and situations, and just always studying personality and what we understand and don't understand about the personality and the brain and emotions and the body and all that. So that would be my advice, and I don't have a question at the moment. I like meeting people and really enjoy one-on-one conversation. I'm asking a million questions. That's the answer to the thread, and I hope you enjoy. Leave me some comments.